So when I say work, I say I'm going to work as in I'm going to school to do research. So it's actually like lab work, but it's not like work as in like a 9-to-5 job kind of thing. But it is part of my education and academic life. But it's like
so it's schoolwork.
Schoolwork, yes, it's research. But I don't have classes. I'm done with my classes. All I have to do is fulfill my PhD requirement of publishing a paper and defending my dissertation.
Okay, so now that brings me to what I just learned about you. That is what makes you so interesting. You're getting a PhD in what?
Molecular bioscience with a focus in neuroimmunology.
And for most of us, the rest of the world, can you tell us what that is exactly?
It's like so I look at the brain at the molecular level, and I'm studying the immunology of the brain, or the immune system of the brain, and how it affects. Because when you think of people getting diabetes and other kind of stuff, you never think of how the brain is affected at the immune level. It's just how the other symptoms you see from diabetes, but you don't think about the brain. So that's why I look at how the brain's affected by such things. And
what are you going to do with this?
I honestly want to keep teaching. Teaching is my passion. I mean, getting a PhD is great. When you get a PhD, you can teach at the university level, at like the actual regular university level, right? Right now, you can teach at community college and stuff like that, but at universities, a lot of them require a PhD to teach. So that's what I want to do. I want to continue teaching because I love interacting with people and making connections, and I love teaching. It's big for me. Okay, now I understand a little bit better. I wondered how those two worlds fit together in you, and now I sort of get it.
What draws you to this field of study?
So I did for my master's. So I have a master's right now. For my master's, I did environmental toxicology, but I could have continued there. But I like the immune system. One of my favorite classes at my graduate level is immunology. So I wanted to do something with immunology, and I like the molecular level of stuff. I love to know how things work at the molecular level because I like something called, it's going to be completely, unless you know, like I know you have a chemistry background, but if you know signal transduction pathways, how when something reacts with another thing, it causes a cascade of events, and eventually you have an effect at the end. I love signal transduction pathways, which is what that is. So I like looking at the immune system and signal transduction pathways. So why not put that into a molecular bioscience degree with a focus in neuroimmunology? So that's just how it came about.
What are some of the goals for your channel? Have you set goals, or are you just going with the flow?
I'm just going with the flow. I've been so blessed. I've met great people. All I really want to do is build a community. I've been saying it a lot. I know, and I just want to keep reiterating that. Building community, making connections is important to me. Seeing new people come in. And one thing Sky tells me that he noticed about my channel that he really didn't see on other people's channel is that I address every single person that comes in because I want to have that genuine connection with everybody. I know once in a while they'll come in and like I'll just never see them again, or we might not build that connection, but I still want to try. So I try to keep with a chat as much as I can. So my goal is just to meet as many people as I can and build a community. I know a lot of people worry about their numbers and stuff. I used to worry about numbers when I was like, oh, let me get to 250. That was huge for me. And then I was like, you know what? Like I saw some movements come up and like people getting supporters and stuff like that and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, it turned me off from looking at numbers. I stopped looking at numbers. And then people would be like, hey, you're 400. I'm like, wow, I couldn't believe it. Like, it just, I didn't even know I reached 100 on Twitch the other day. That was crazy. Like I had no idea. Someone's like, oh, I'm your 100th follower on Twitch. I know numbers is a big thing, but for me, it's just meeting people. And like, I love going to like Koi. Like I met Koi through Halo, and then now I go to Koi stream, and then from Koi I met Thomas, and from Thomas I met Merc, and I met Lunch Kid, and I met all these people. Like just keep branching out. Like I just love meeting people and supporting them, and them having support me back. Like that is so big to me. Like I love it. I can't believe it's happening, and that's all I want is just keep building community. I don't worry about the numbers. The numbers will come, and that's not even an issue for me. Like I never did it for the money. I just want to make friends and like help people if I can help them, and if they can help me, hey, I don't mind if there's like a 10-year-old kid who can help me with something, or and other people, I don't mind if they have like 1,000 subscribers, if they want advice from me, I don't mind giving it either. That's what it's about: interacting, building connections. That's all it's ever been for me.
Come on.